Hello, friends. My name is Kathleen Whitehead. Today is May 3rd, 2025. It's almost 10 o'clock in the evening. I want to share with you something that happened earlier today. It was very odd, very weird, and I don't know exactly what to think about it, but I just want to record this and share it at a later date. First of all, I have been experiencing vertigo. I believe it may have to do with a neck strain. Uh, and this is the seventh day. I believe it is gone. I'm hoping that it is gone. I've asked for help from many different sources, and I believe it's probably gone. Um, as we go through this, I'm going to share with you the feelings that I am experiencing as I'm recording this. Just as I started speaking um, about the vertigo, I began to have sensation in the front of my head and the top of my head, as if I'm connected to other realms. I always enjoy that, but I'm just going to share with you as things happen, if they happen. So back to today. I have been being very, very quiet. I canceled many things because I felt that the universe was asking me to take a break. Many people are getting that message lately to take a break, to take a rest. Given that I channel once a week at least, uh, I carry a lot of energy. So I thought it was wise to go ahead and take a break. And given the vertigo, I really had no choice because I was dizzy. There's no way to drive. Um, it was not the experience I would have chosen. However, I honor every experience. So this afternoon, I was just being very quiet, sitting in my recliner, watching TV, and I started feeling some very strong energies coming in. So I turned off the TV. I made it very quiet. The door was open to my deck, so the only thing I could really hear were the birds that were uh, feeding from my bird feeders on my deck. Uh, and it was a very cool day. I had a little bit of a blanket. Um, and the energies got very, very strong. And I was actually talking to two different people, one via text and the other via Facebook Messenger. And so I shared with the one on Messenger that I felt very strong energies coming in, and they felt like healing energies, but very, very intense and strong. And she is able to feel um, into the energies, and she said, "Are you upset?" And I said, "No, I'm really not the least bit upset. I'm very relaxed, but I don't know where these energies are coming, but they feel directed to me." She agreed, and she said they might be protective or healing energies, but they were very intense from her feeling. Incidentally, she is currently in England, and I am currently in Indiana, and so we're apart, but there is no separation. And she's very good at feeling into things. Her name is Amanda. I started feeling these things and just decided to pay attention to what was happening. And be awake and be aware. And so I started feeling things in my body. The energy got more and more intense. And suddenly I had the feeling, almost could see in my mind's eye some beings surrounded me as if I was on a bed or an operating table or something like that. They kind of looked like grays, but I wouldn't guarantee that they were grays. But then I started feeling things in my body. My head uh, was very involved with a lot of energies. I felt like I was feeling energies from my heart all the way through my crown. And then as I continued to feel different things, suddenly I felt as if I was being operated on surgically through my navel. It felt as if my navel was being opened up and things might have been um, going on. I also at one point felt a needle go through my throat chakra, just a very, very quick. And it felt like that was part of it. And my friend could feel releasing. She was with me through this whole thing, and she could feel that the energies were continually intensifying and that it was directed to me and that I was releasing, and we didn't know anything further than that. I It was very odd, very confusing. I felt um, sensations in several different places in my body, nothing painful, but certainly something happening. Um, and it gradually decreased after, and I didn't know what they were doing with my navel. But it just felt like that was an entry point to insert something, remove something, open something. I don't know. Currently, at this moment, I am seeing silver sparkles around me. Also, when I had the sensation of the beings, and I believe there were three uh, around me, I softened my focus in my eyes to see if I could see anything. And I saw energies. I didn't see forms, but I saw energies. Um, so it ended after a good bit of work. Probably the whole thing probably lasted half an hour, um, maybe more, maybe less. And I was getting sleepier. I was getting sleepier, but I stayed awake until the different sensations in my body, um, just different random spots, but that there was something going on. I couldn't say what it was. Anyway, afterwards, um, I started sneezing, I started coughing, I started, it felt like I was releasing, like uh, a cold, and I don't have a cold, but it was just all in all a very odd experience. Not, I did not have any sense of dread. I didn't have any fear. I just was curious. And after it was over, I thought, it feels like I just had psychic surgery. I don't know what the purpose was, um, but I do feel somewhat changed. And after it was all over, I just had this feeling of elation. I just felt joyful, and I still feel joyful. And I kind of thought, all right, who can I tell about this? And it's so weird. I thought, I'm not sure I can tell anybody about it. But I thought I can record it and decide later. I I don't know what it's about. I do know something happened. Do know it was directed at me. I may not be the only one who experienced this event today, but I know that I was part of a selection. Why, who, I don't know. They seemed benevolent. They didn't seem um overly loving. They were very clinical, but benevolent. It was like if it was a group of doctors who were very good at their job and focused on that. So I will just say that this was an odd thing that I wanted to record. I am also a light language speaker, a channel. Uh, I may record this and save it and share it on my YouTube channel. But at this moment, I'm going to give to myself and to whomever might see this a bit of light language because I feel it is healing and helpful. And then I will share a little bit more. The main thing I want to share is that I love every single being. That's funny that I call it every single being because we are one and there is only a single being. I am part of it, you are part of it. All the trees, all the animals, all the plants, all the insects are all part of it, along with everything else on this planet, off this planet. I welcome and give gratitude to those beings who have visited me today. I will tell you that at this moment, I feel some intense energy on my head coming through my crown. I am going to share some light language with you. Also, I notice that my face is red. I'm a little bit warm, and it is not warm in my room. So, with love, I will pull in some light language for you and for me. I give gratitude to those beings who are helping with this whole day. This is good to think that Tina da bada is a tata take it is yata ta ta yata pa te ka yata pa ishkate ha hele ananai ta ayata ta e yata sisia kate tata niana pat yata tata pe e te e ketia sitia sana yata de beka siata ti tiamada kasukoto Tiana ate titia pada tiata siketiti e tiana maha. Whoever might view this at a later date, I give my love, I give my gratitude. Thank you.